Stop looking at setbacks as rewards. A lot of people nowadays feel like when they've just got hard work done in any area of their life, they feel like they have to reward themselves in some way. Do not get me wrong, rewards can be necessary and helpful, sometimes very helpful and very necessary. And they're good for times when you have achieved a goal or fulfilled your purpose. Under some circumstances, they can be necessary. Rewards can be initiated in your life in some circumstances. The modern world has a very interesting view on what a reward should be. This view could be seen as very wrong to some people, stupid to others, and completely normal to others. This view of what a reward should look like in the modern day is not a very smart path to follow. Quickly, before I tell you why it is wrong, it would be useful to tell you what I'm talking about as in the view of the modern day. I should tell you this before I tell you why it's wrong. Imagine this for 1 second. So quickly imagine you have just finished a long run in the morning, and so you say to yourself, good run, nice run, I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to reward myself by sitting around all day, watching YouTube and TV, and I'm just going to take it easy for the rest of the day. Another example could be you have successfully gone 1 week with your preferred diet, with no sweets, no sugar, and you finally say to yourself, okay, long week of my perfect diet. It's been hard, so I'm going to reward myself, finally, by eating some sweets, or maybe even a piece of cake. Just something like that. These scenarios don't seem too abnormal, right? They're kind of normal and accepted now. But the problem is, the reward is a contradiction of their hard work. Here's another similar example. So, if you go onto YouTube and you search Jesse Heffels or Flip Like Z, just to name a few of the old people that I used to watch. I don't watch much of this stuff anymore, but they just are the first people that come to mind when I think about this. So if you search these guys up, what these guys do are they record themselves doing flips like backflips and all types of cool tricks and all sorts of other things. If you know what I'm talking about, then you'll probably get this, but if you don't, just search Jesse Heffels or Flip Like Z. So now imagine one of these guys, one of them has a long day of doing flips, recording themselves doing flips, editing their videos, and doing what they do for a living. Now imagine after a long day of that, they say, okay, well done, it's been a long day. I'm gonna reward myself quickly by jumping, doing half a backflip and landing on my neck, breaking my neck as a reward. If you think about it, that and the other two examples that I told before aren't too different, except one is very extreme. How about a gamer? Someone that plays video games and records themselves doing that for a living. Oh, it's been a long day of recording and playing video games. I guess I can reward myself by throwing my controller as hard as I can at the screen. They're pretty much the same thing. You see, if you build something that you're proud of, a business, an aesthetic body, a skill, reward yourself with something that can help you even further and more, or reward yourself with something that matters and that still improves you, maybe in a different area of your life. It has been a long day working on my laptop, so let me calm my brain and do some meditation, or go on a long or short, present-focused walk or run. Maybe stand up and have a session of stretching or yoga. Or maybe sit down and journal a bit. That's an example of real reward that may help you in the hard work that you're just doing. So you can aid that with a reward, or you can help yourself in a different part of your life with this reward. Sometimes the reward comes to you without you giving it to yourself. I go on a run every morning at around 6 a.m. with my older brother. Guess what my reward is after that? Not cake, not sugar. It's a nice warm cup of rooibos tea. My South Africans know this. I'm not sure if anyone else has this, but a nice warm cup of rooibos tea with honey in it, and a big plate full of 7 hot scrambled eggs. And then I go outside to the park, which is just across the road there, and sit on the bench to get sunlight in my eyes as early as I can get it. And sometimes I do a little bit of gratitude journaling while I'm out there. And you see, that is a real reward, and people should reward themselves like that a lot more. Now, rest and recovery is important, but make sure you have it planned and you know when you're going to do it in advance. So, you do not need to get rest, or you do not get rest because you deserve it or you've worked hard today. You rest because you're going to heal yourself for your future self's benefit. You got to plan it out too. If you're going to run on one day, the next day your journal day. I don't have my journal here, but if you've watched me for a while, you know the journal day. You should write rest, or you should just write no training, lower body if you did a run, or just rest. Like, don't put train on. Have a relaxing rest and recovery day. That's, I guess, the reward. It's not, I deserve this, or I deserve that. David Goggins says this, so listen to him. Now, for a quick actionable step before I end this video, think about the next hard task you have to do today or tomorrow. Tomorrow in the morning if it's late, or if you have nothing else to do today. Tomorrow, if you have other things to do today, think about one of the hardest tasks you're going to have to do. And you can write this down or just think about it in your head. Just think about what's the next hard task you're going to do. Go on a run, go on a long run, go to the gym, train, write video scripts, record videos, read, whatever the hardest thing you think it is for you to do, because some things are easier for others. Just whatever is one of the hardest things you have to do for the rest of the day, or tomorrow morning if it's late. Think about what you can reward yourself for after doing that hard work. So, let's try to think of some examples. You've just gone on a run, you can stretch, or you can journal about the run. Or you can eat a nice, nutritious meal. You've done a long day of work, you can have a session of yoga or stretching, like I just said. Those are just some examples. I know you can think of one. You can write this down or just remember it. Think about a good reward that you can give yourself after the next hard task you've got to do. If you already have a task that you're going to do, and you have a reward that you usually give yourself after this task, let's say you usually go to an MMA class a bit later in the day, let's say that's coming up. And usually after this class, on the way home, you get ice cream somewhere, for example. Try to think of what you could reward yourself with instead of this ice cream. So skip the ice cream and think about something else that you can give yourself that can help you in your MMA, your training, with what you were just doing, or think about what you can do to help yourself in a different aspect of your life. So think about that. If you're already rewarding yourself after this hard task with something bad, think about something that is good that you could replace this with. So think about this the next time you want to reward yourself with something that is a setback. Stay true to yourself and to your values. Make sure you can reward yourself productively and for an even better future. Hope this helped. Yo, that's hot.